trip is already getting extremely interesting. At the Walmart that I did the wiring at last night, just crazy, sketchiest Walmart ever, like domestic violence going on, fights with houseless people in the parking lot, just all kinds of crazy shit. This morning, after waking up in a parking lot found on I-Overlander, I went to Lowe's, and then next I'm continuing a little bit north to go to eat some food at Taco Bell, and then after that going to an REI. But now on the way to Taco Bell and on the way to the Arctic Circle, my fuel gauge stopped working, so it's reading that my tank is completely empty. I hope that my low fuel level warning is still gonna work if that ever is necessary. But of the time for this to not go out, it would be now. I'm hoping that maybe turning the car off and back on a couple times is gonna fix it. Who knows? It's just pinned at 0. So, what a great time. This is gonna be fun. I might have to pick up some gas cans or something and strap those to the roof. Oh yeah, here is a shot of the non-working fuel gauge. That's wonderful. I'm stoked. This is gonna be a hell of a story. I'm back with Evan. I just did a little bit of wiring on my lights in front of a Trader Joe's. Got some gas. My fuel gauge is working pretty intermittently. Sometimes it decides to, sometimes it decides not to. Hopefully I don't run out of gas up there, but I think I'm going to need some sort of external fuel once we get into northern Canada. Evan's got, I think, 5 gallons on him, maybe a little more. We'll see. I hope this works out. I'm just gonna send it. Maybe have to be a little more careful. But cool. Here we go. 2 hours north to Bellingham. Let's do this. I have now realized this is the furthest north in the U.S. that I've ever been. Furthest north I've ever been, actually. So anything past this point is new ground for me, and I'm excited to see almost anything it has to offer. We're so close to Canada, I can taste it.
Yeah, can you taste it in the cloudy, rainy air?
Exactly. It's the first rain I've encountered on this trip. We made it to Bellingham, and we are currently looking for parking. Got a little busy downtown due to a Ragnar race. So we're meeting a friend, Sina. I've only talked to him through Instagram before. He invited us to Aslan Brewing, which he works for. And yeah, I guess he's gonna buy us some drinks, cover some food, and we're gonna have a good time. The ferry ride is insane.
Dude, later before you guys head out, I gotta bring my car up to your guys' car.
Yeah? Just for the photos?
I have to, yeah. What do you drive? I drive a Lexus LX 470, just a Land Cruiser, but Lexus. Yeah. They, so from the owners started this in 2016. They started from just this location.
Yeah.
And they're supplying to I forgot the number of stores, but over 300 stores. They're doing really well.
Damn.
And they grew so fast.
That's wild. This is the second brewery we've kind of been to or seen now. The first one gave us the tour just because we kind of had a camera.
Yeah. All organic, locally, whatever.
Restarting now. All right. So I'm with Justin, Sina, and Evan right now. And Sina and the owner of Aslan have just given us a flat of beer, some of their best tasting beer. I don't even know if I have room for this in the Cayenne. Gonna have to make room for it. You'll probably take a few of them. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. This is super sick. Didn't expect this. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about it.
My favorite is this one. So all of them are hops, but this one's mainly rice lager. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know much about beer.
Yeah.
I've worked here for a year, but this one's my favorite because it's mainly a rice lager, so it's a lot smoother, tastes a little better. Think of a Heineken. The rest are pale ales and IPAs, but they're all great. They're all local and made literally right there. If the lights are on, you would be able to see everything. But they're all back there.
Sick.
Monday
Right
through
through there.
Friday, they're like literally making thousands of cans a day.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Aw, hi buddy.
What's up, dude? You're not allowed to be up
What's
there.
your name?
His name's Duncan. He just turned 2.
Duncan. He's very sweet.
He's just totally hanging out.
Duncan. Hi. Oh, fucking lick the shit out of my hands. Duncan. Oh, he's very cute. Hi. Hi.
Yeah, it's funny. Like in the Land Cruiser community, there's a big like joke between like the Land Cruisers and the LX.
Good morning. We are maybe 20 minutes from the border. So when you go past Bellingham, you can pull off to the left, get off the highway, and like go sort of toward the bay. That's what we did. We slept on just some random road last night. So this is listed on iOverlander as just like a gravel road where you can pull off on the side of it and no one's gonna bother you. Fortunately, no one did. There was also a van parked like further up the road last night. So, I mean, it worked well. Evan said he got the best sleep he's ever gotten in his car last night. So, now we are headed to the border and I have to make it to Porsche right across the border by 10 a.m. to go try and get my fuel level sensor fixed. I don't know if that's gonna work. They do luckily have a fuel level sensor in stock. The Cayenne uses 2 of them. Maybe both of mine are broken. So we'll see. Here we go. First time crossing a border. I've been outside the country, but that was in the Navy. Didn't have to abide by any rules or anything that other countries really have. So first time crossing the border. That click that you heard is my starter. Somehow not getting enough power from the alternator because the alternator is failing. That is something that I have a spare of in case I do have to change it. I have it with me just in case. I hope that I don't have to change my alternator while I'm on the side of the road. Not that I want that to be my story, but if it is, I'm not complaining. Alright, Evan just started his car. And we're off. Let's go do this. I have no idea how long this is gonna take, but I feel like it's gonna be more than 15 minutes. Hopefully they let us through without issue. This is not going well so far. So as you can see over there, there is the entry to Canada. They've turned me and Evan around because we didn't fill out the Arrive Can app on our phones. A little update, it's been 2 hours now, like maybe 35-40 minutes on the Canada side, and then an hour and 20 minutes on the US side trying to get back into the border. Now here we are back in line on the Canada side, hoping that we don't have to have a PCR test or a negative COVID test to enter if fully vaccinated. This is going to be like a 3-hour total ordeal just to get through to Canada because of the stupid Canada app and the way that they do things. Our first stop in Canada is at a Chevron where I'm going to fill up my water. I filled up 10 liters of fuel. I don't know how many that is. I'm going to assume that's like 2 gallons. It cost me $20 in Canada dollars. I think it's about the same, 1-to-1 for US right now. And then I need to fill up my water, but this has non-potable use. I'm still gonna send it because it's gonna strengthen my immune system if I get sick. I don't really care about the water. I'm just gonna drink whatever. So loosen the cap and fill this shit up. and let's get back on the road to the Porsche dealer. Hopefully they have time for me today. We'll see. It's like 3 hours extra. 3 hours past when I told them I'd be there. Made it to Porsche of Langley. We'll see what they say about us being late. There's a sick martini Cayenne over there. Maybe we'll walk around that in a minute. Oh sweet, automatic doors. GT3 RS. Oh shit. Oh, that's sick. Okay, so they have the matching car to the Cayenne inside the service bays. This is a 964, right?
964, yep.
964. Oh, that's a PTS color too?
I've never seen one in that color.
Huh. That says collector on the license plate, so that's cool. Can't see much inside, but damn. Dude, the paint's perfect.
It is.
And then, is this, so this is paint, and then the,
Yeah, this is...
goes underneath this.
That's a Speedster. Yeah, no, it's a Speedster.
Damn. Then the Carrera GT. Oh, that's a good looking car. I wonder what this is in for. RS Club Sport. Oh, the Testarossa down there too.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. That's a crazy color on it too.
And then a regular GT4. Quite a lineup.
That is quite the lineup.
So they are going to at least be able to bring my car in and see what's wrong with it. May not be able to repair it today, but I can probably do that myself. I just want to actually confirm that it's the fuel level sensors. That way I can replace those on the road. I don't think they'll be too hard. But it's cool to see the stuff the dealership has in the meantime of waiting. One of the techs knew me or had seen my Instagram, was excited that we were crossing the border, hoping we were stopping in, and here we are. So it was cool to meet him. His name is Jensen.
One side might be bigger than the other.
One side is a bit larger, yeah.
Yeah.
They transfer over, so...
Yeah.
How many hours do you have into this so far? About spring.
19.8 hours.
Whew. Damn.
And it's back together.
The diagnosis is the left fuel level sensor, but they can't really pull it apart because the fuel tank has to be empty, stuff has to be clear out of the way. They want to do the right fuel level sensor at the same time, and then you also kind of have to replace fuel pumps because so many of the wires and things within there break or fall apart when you remove it, so it's all going to happen at once. So once I get back from the trip, that will have to be handled. I think the pumps are either 1,000 or 2,000 for both. So that's going to be quite an expense. I can make it through the trip with no fuel level sensor, just have to be a little bit cautious. And then once I get back, maybe somewhat of an engine swap to a lower mileage motor if mine is truly that bad, once I get back and dig more into it. So we're just going to continue on the road. And thank you so much to Porsche of Langley for getting me in and helping me out on short notice, because I just called them yesterday and told them what was going on. Thank you to Ryan DeToro for the connection, of course. So, getting ready to leave the dealership. Thank you to Daniel Merkins, the service advisor here. A little bit unfortunate news that I have to change probably both fuel pumps because they are on their way out. I knew that I was going to have to do that at some point, but that had left my mind. Headed out. This is a super cool dealership. Everyone here is very pleasant to deal with and work with. And I mean, the Taycan over there is just staring me in the face. That thing's sweet. I'm gonna check it out. But yeah, I'll stop in after the road trip, see what happens, and hopefully I can wait until I get back to the States to deal with any major problems or an engine swap or whatever I have to do. We'll make it back down from the trip and send it. So over here we have a like Chevy Cobalt, but it's a Pontiac. I'm just gonna point out any weird cars that I see on our way up, like things that don't really exist in the US. I haven't seen one of those before in the US. Maybe I'm wrong, but odd cars here, I guess. I've seen a Toyota Hilux, but it looked like the first generation Tundra. I didn't know that that was a thing. I also saw the Toyota Land Cruiser with the same body. I also saw the Toyota Land Cruiser with the same body as the Lexus GX in the States. That kind of passed by us, so I was like, that's interesting. So whenever I see more odd stuff or passing it on the highway, I'll point it out. Some sort of helicopter in the sky. If you can see it on video. Looks like it could be an airlift or something. They've got some sort of cargo dangling like 100 feet below them. Very curious what they're doing. All the forest areas around, I think we're still, I don't know. I don't know anything about Canada. I don't even know if we're in BC yet or anything. Super foresty, really cool areas. Like we're passing so many lakes, passing like streams. Just cool. Road information. Nice. Winter tires or carry chains. 100 kilometers an hour. It's an interesting experience being in another country now and actually driving. I've been other places in the world, but I've never been able to drive a car on them. But I think this is a good introduction to driving in another country. I have my Garmin here that is telling me my kilometers per hour and then the actual speed limit, although the signs I'm seeing are saying 100 kilometers an hour. It's not too crazy driving in a different country, but it is cool. I think if we were driving in England or something for the first time, it would have been much harder adapting to like left side of the road and everything. Okay, now it changed to 110 limit. So, I mean, this is pretty cool. It seems like a larger, more mountainous Oregon or Washington, because Washington, they just have like the big peaks or volcanoes throughout the state. Here, there's like so many tall hills, mountains, whatever they're called, and they're all covered in clouds, so I can't see how tall they actually are. Just kind of all around us. The drive's going smoothly. Oh, I'm trying to get out of this Honda's way. Yeah, the drive's going smoothly. I hope it continues that way. We're stopping about 4 hours from crossing the border. 4 hours after where we crossed the border at. We're attending a Euro car show tomorrow. Someone from Instagram invited me. It's called Das Auto Fest or something. At a local show in some town in British Columbia. So, continue this drive, get to where we're going for tonight, shower, because I haven't done that in like 4 days, and go to sleep, hit the road in the morning. A couple minutes later now, after that most recent like entry, my check oil level warning came on, which means I have to add another quart of oil. I burned through the last quart before, so every time that I get the check oil level, I add a quart. Last time I added a quart was 342 miles of what the car thinks a go, plus 20% brings it to around 400 miles. So burning through a quart of oil every 400 miles, hopefully it doesn't progressively get too much worse over the length of the trip, but we'll see. I don't think my engine is going to last much longer after the end of this trip, and I'm not looking forward to that. So next chance we get, we're going to stop. I'll throw a quart in. I need to carry like probably 10 quarts of oil on hand to make it through this trip. Actually, maybe more than that, because that'll take me like 3,000 miles. That'll be like fucking halfway. Nice engine. I wish I had like a crazy partnership with Porsche. That way they would be willing to help me out on something like this. But I just don't foresee that happening. I'm going to be out of my pocket with this, and it's going to cost me around $5,000-ish just for the engine. High flow fuel or high pressure fuel pumps and stuff. The car is about to turn into a money pit when I get back, and I hate to be the downer, but we'll see what happens. My check oil level indicator just came back on. My trip odometer says 346 miles on the car. The tires are 20% larger than that. So about 400 miles I have burned through a whole quart of oil. So I have one more left in my roof box. That'll get us to whatever destination we have to get to. I'll just pull off and throw that in soon. And then I have to pick up maybe like 10 more quarts of oil or more to hopefully get us all the way through this trip. I'll probably just fill my spare tire well with oil at this point. It's not looking good for the engine. I know that I've said this quite a bit in the vlog, but I will have to probably very quickly look into replacing it after this trip, or whatever my options may be. We'll see what happens. But something's got to happen after this. I'm gonna have to change some things up. Stopped and throwing in the quart of oil. Buddy. Usually do it so perfectly. Oil added the quart, and now I need to reset my trip odometer to see how long it's going to be before, or how long until another quart needs to be added. I'm mostly measuring to see if that interval is decreasing. Say I get to 100 miles every quart of oil. That's going to be crazy. It's going to be almost as expensive as gas for me at that point. So we'll see what happens. It's like it could get pretty bad. I hope not. But all I can do is monitor it and hope it doesn't happen. A Toyota Prado is about to pass. And it's right-hand drive too, and it looks sick. That's the first Prado I've seen in Canada. That Land Cruiser earlier was cool, but the Prado is, I think, a little bit more unique and cooler.
What those basic elements are, any more than I.
There is a K-truck on the road. I would not expect to see a K-truck around here. Way sick. And now we are crossing over to Kelowna, and we just came from West Kelowna. Check coolant level warning. Nice.
I'm definitely gonna log and get some drone video here, maybe tomorrow morning early.
Way sick. So much cool. There's so many boats on the bay right now. And it looks incredibly windy out there. One side more so than the other. I guess the bridge is blocking all the wind from coming over. We've made it to West Kelowna. Currently outside of a Walmart, coming here to get oil. So I'm gonna buy probably like 10 quarts just to stock up and make sure I don't have to have any for maybe a long time. So sweet. In we head. We also have no idea what to really do today or with the night. I'll probably hit up a brewery or a bar, grab a drink, maybe talk to some people nearby. Definitely need some sort of shower if I can find a Planet Fitness or an Anytime Fitness, because Evan can bring guests in. So here we are at the Walmart. Doesn't seem like there's too much different than the US, but there's no like auto zones or anything. The only automotive place we see is Napa, and they're all already closed at like 7 something p.m. So, I don't know, here we go to find some oil.